Hi, I'm Souzana and I'm a product owner here at Fessler, and today I'm going to show you how to configure our REST custom V2 sensor. I will show you how to use the REST custom sensor, well, how to use and configure the REST custom sensor using Gitlab as an example. So the first thing we need to do is create a device. So I will go ahead and create one and give my device a name. So I want to use the REST custom sensor to create a Gitlab statistics sensor. So I will name my device Gitlab statistics. Then I will leave the next setting as it is and as a DNS name. In my case, I can use localhost. The next thing we need to do is scroll down to the bottom, where we will find the credential group for REST API. Then I click on Enable, and as you can see here, there are three different authentication methods. Well, the first one is none, so that's no authentication. The other one is basic authentication, which means you need to provide a username and a password. And the last one is better authentication, where you just need to provide a bearer token. This is the one I will use today. So I just need to enter there my bearer token. Okay, and then I click on OK. So now I've set up my authentication. So what I need to do now is add the sensor. So I need to search for REST custom V2 sensor, and then I need to add it. And here I can give my sensor a name. For example, I can also name it Gitlab statistics. And then I need to enter some specific settings regarding the REST API. So the first thing I need to do is enter the request URL. So I will enter my request URL. For request method, you have two options. So the get option or the post option. If you select post, then you're also, you can also enter a post body if you need it. But in my case, I would just go with the get option. Then you can set custom headers. You can set it for additional authentication methods or for whatever else you needed. And the way it works is you put in the key, then a colon, and then the value. So in the case of the bearer token, for example, instead of putting it in the credential groups, I could have simply just done this, where I put the key, the colon, and then the value. And then I can create the sensor. But since I've set it in the setting, I will skip this part for now. Then you can also select the timeout in seconds. So the default value is 30. And the next thing you can do is enter a value for your custom sensor message, which means that the value you will select here will then appear as a custom, as a message in your sensor. So let's take a look at the request. So I have already executed the request here, and we can see the result of the JSON. And here we see the different values we can take from our request and then display them in the sensor. So what the sensor would do is then do this request in certain intervals and get the values in this JSON. So how to access this? You would need to then enter here the JSON path. So to form the JSON path, you start with the $ signal and then a dot, and then you can put in the name of the metric that you want to use. In this case, I want to use as my custom message, I want to display the number of active users. So I will just put it like that. The JSON path works with a simple dot notation. So you can just use the regulations applied there. So now I've defined my custom sensor message. The next thing I need to do is specify the channel settings. So the first channel of my sensor, I wanted to display the number of issues. So what I need to do again is do the JSON path. So again, dot signal and then issues. I need to give my channel a name. So in this case, I will just name it number of issues and give it a custom unit. So in my case, I will give it this unit. And then you need to decide, or you need to specify the channel type. You have 3 options, so it's either an integer, a float, or a delta, or a difference channel. But in my case, I will just use absolute integer. I will also go ahead and enable a second channel. Again, I need to specify a JSON path, and in this channel, I want to display the number of merge requests in my GitLab. So again, I go ahead, merge requests. I give my channel a name. Merge. And then I define a custom unit. I will again set my channel type to integer. And if I want, I can create up to 10 channels, but for now, I will leave it to 2. So I will just go ahead and create the sensor. So after a few seconds, I should get data. So there you go. I get information in my sensor regarding the different metrics I have defined. As you can see, the primary channel is here HTTP status, but you can always change the primary channel from the settings using this functionality. So you can choose one of the other ones. As you can see, once you've created the sensor, you cannot enable other channels. So in the case that you would like additional channels, you would then need to create the sensor anew, and you can only change the JSON path regarding the channels. Everything else can then be changed from the channel settings. But yeah, that's all you need in order to set up the REST custom sensor and use it for any API. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If so, please like and subscribe. If you have any new topics or new things you would like us to do a tutorial about, please feel free to put it in the comments. If you need help with PRTG, you can contact our support at our website. Have a nice day and thanks for watching.